All right, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How we doing? How we feeling? It's been a minute. Missed the stream last week. My enjoyed my little mini vacation, but ready to get back to the routine. Let me make sure all my stuff is good. Hope everybody had a good week last week, and we can crush it this week. Get a good start to our to the new week on this Monday. Alright, so let's go ahead and get right into this. I'll just make sure I change over to the right screen to do our pre-market stuff. Let me see. It seems like my thing is mixed up. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at that pre-market insight. Alright, so today on the calendar we don't have anything significant scheduled. I didn't check it this morning to see if hopefully they didn't throw in a Powell speech or something in there today, but as of right now, for what I'm tracking, we don't have anything significant. Tomorrow we have building permits. Wednesday we have a FOMC day. It's like meeting minutes. Before that, crude oil inventories, business as usual. Thursday, initial jobless claims and the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index. And then Friday, we have existing home sales. All right, so that is what we got on the economic calendar. Let's go ahead and look at the power range. All right, so for the NQ Future Sessions Power Range report today, we have a high of 13,452 and a half with a low of 13,376 and a quarter. When I posted this, we were trading short. It's supposed to be down a negative 0.56% with a volume of 87K and an ATR of 257.07. All right, let's go ahead and look at that, see what we're doing. On the charts, so we are bumping our head against some resistance up here. We got the 50 SMA right there. Also, we got our what I call the K band. It's just a mid-level for the Keltner channel. We got this nice little bearish trend, short-term trend. Still the major trend. We're still bullish over the major trend, but just little. Got this little micro pullback right here. Then so far we're trying to make this another pivot lower, but we'll see how we trade today. See what the price action gives us. Go ahead and play on that. So we had a little gap down over the weekend. Quickly filled that gap and traded a little into a newer high from this little small short-term trend right there. Got some buyers trapped early, and then we just took things a little bit lower. Broke that support right there. Just hung around in a little range for a minute, and then we in the pre-market, or actually we broke lower. Yeah, pretty much in our pre-market, took prices a little lower. Got some support down here at -2. Not a whole lot of price action this morning. Let me look at it on a 3-minute, from a 3-minute perspective. It's a little choppy. And we also got decent volume from the weekend. Right now we're only at 96K for NQ. What is M&Q? M&Q has 269,000 for their volume. So that's it's kind of normal. Nothing's major that sticks out there. Got distracted by my pre-market checklist. Go ahead and see what the rest of the market is doing. We got about 10 minutes to the open. Pretty much the same picture in ES. It's trading down 13 points from the open. Nothing really majorly significant sticks out here. We're just trading bearish, of course, of the power range. Pretty much the same picture as NQ. Let's go ahead and look at the crude. I need to line these charts up along with my my quote board, my watch list. All right, so pretty much we finally traded out of the zone here, and now we're hanging around up here in this new zone. It's chopping around. Should be giving us a lot of intraday opportunities for crude, depending on what our strategy looks like. And just chopping around so far overnight and in the pre-market, mostly bearish of the power range. So you got some nice resistance at the PR50. It was some short-term support, broke that down, and now that's pretty much serving as resistance, and we're making a retest of it now. Let's go ahead and move on over to gold. Let's see what our metal's talking about. Got way too many screens just popping up. The Sierra chart. So this one's pretty much trading opposite of everything that we talked about so far. Mostly bullish of the power range. Kind of not quite. We still like trading within our power range neutral zone. I don't really claim it bullish until we're trading above this PR+1. But also, you know, just looking choppy over here, giving us a nice range to trade in. If I was looking to trade this, I'd be trading the edges. And gold is definitely making a run up to this 200 SMA, but it's definitely turned bullish. Nice little double W pattern right there, a little double bottom. So expecting some resistance up here. Maybe we hit some resistance up there and trade lower, or hang around in the zone before we break it and keep going higher. One thing that we can depend on with gold is it usually trades bullish, unless, you know, we have a major market correction, you know, something like that. So back here towards the beginning of the year, we were just trading lower, looking for some good support. From a broader perspective, we're building a position for the year. We finally got a floor, and now we're just taking prices higher. All right. Look at the euros real quick. All right, and the euros currencies mostly been trading within our power range, plus and minus one. Peaked above +1 for a brief period, and then traded back lower below it. Got a nice little bounce off our PR low. So again, we'll be, you know, looking at this as a good, you know, it's trading. I would trade the edges of it, mostly looking with a bullish bear. What am I trying to say? My brain still wants to sleep. Bias, that's the word I'm looking for. There we go. With a bullish bias, because we have spent we have spent most of the time bullish of the power range, and we had this little attempt to go higher right here. Let's look at the daily. Yep. So we got some resistance at this level here. At 1.2188. This is called at 1.22 as a ceiling, but everything definitely looks bullish over there. All right, let's go ahead and really take a quick look at the other index futures. Russell has traded down -4, PR -4. A little more movement with the RTY this morning. From a daily picture, where just it's holding this range from pretty much from February. And the YM is pretty much doing the same thing as RTY. And so mostly across the board, we're kind of trading in the zone within a range. So as usual, we definitely expect some chop. Which is pretty much the kind of price action that I prefer. Let me go ahead and do one more quick look at my pre-market checklist. Make sure I done did everything I need to do and got my mind in the right place. Remind myself my only goal is to trade the strategy to perfection. So I've been doing a lot of work on my strategy, mostly on the so I spent a lot of time. Let me check this off and then I get into that. Hold on. Okay. Always see the big picture. Right. So I spent a lot of time last year working on the entries, my entry execution for my strategy, just fine-tuning that part of the strategy. So in this phase, I've been working on the stop loss. I've always had a hard stop loss. Well, not a hard. I've always placed my stop loss at the time that I've, entered into the trade. But now I'm just looking at, minimizing the risk as much as possible while still allowing giving it room to breathe, giving the position room to breathe. So that's what I've been working on in terms of my strategy for the last couple of months. Get this pre-market snapshot. Go ahead and put that in the journal. Got less than a minute before the open. I'm just gonna run the playlist this morning. Was supposed to prep this last night, but that didn't end up happening. Turn myself down the headphones. Alright, we are open. Make sure I got everything set up correctly. Got some selling out the gate. Now I may end up getting distracted this morning. Kind of hoping I do. My AC's been acting up for the last few days, and just they taking their sweet time to come and fix it. But hopefully they can fix it early this morning. I did put it in over the work order over the weekend, so. Anyway, just giving that, if they do come, if the maintenance does come by to do that, then I probably keep the recording going, but just turn off the cam and the mic. Hopefully they don't do that while I'm in a trade. Kind of makes me passive to take a trade this morning. Got some nice momentum short coming in from the open. Adjust this chart. And where is my delta board? Whole lot of red on the delta. So everything looks in sync with each other. We're not doing this weird thing where the market is trading one way, we're getting price action in one direction, but the delta board shows something completely different. I would not be opposed to taking a momentum play here. Of course I want the pullback. I do not want to get in at the lowest levels. That close, I'm going to not be super aggressive on the entry here. Just gonna try to snipe my location. Definitely seeing some buyers, stepping in here. Doesn't mean that they're gonna push the price in, in any direction. Just I do see some buyers stepping in or some buying. Definitely could have had an order at the whole number of 13,300. I had an order at 1301, but then how it traded up close to it and then moved and it traded lower, so I moved the order higher. That at this point, that level doesn't look as appealing to me anymore. They got this market spread out today to where it doesn't take a lot of time to move. The way I look at it, the NQ is basically in 10-point increments, and like it's not taking much time at all for them to move the price 10 points this morning. So that's showing me that the range is wide. And I'm gonna have to be a little more, for the risk management, I'm gonna have to be a little more targeted with where I'm getting in. I can't just get in at a price that I know I'm gonna get filled for sure. I want to try to get the best price as I build the position. Definitely see them bringing the price higher, or maybe we can it keeps it in a range for a while. I don't see a lot of momentum for the bears at this moment. Put me short one contract. Let me just take a scalp here and look at this price action. Manually adjust the stop line because I would want it to continue trading lower quickly here. I wouldn't want to, chop around too much. Small little scalp there. Right now I'm still focusing on my techniques more than just how that reflects on the P&L. We can always give attention to that later. All I'm doing right now is focusing on the execution. We got this wide range here. I felt like it was going to continue higher. That's also the reason why I was quick to manually adjust that stop loss or the break even. Go back in time a little bit there. Put the notes in there later. And we still, so I didn't want to trade through all of this. I didn't want to be holding a position through all this choppiness. Still chopping around. Took a quick little piece and now I'm just looking for the next opportunity. Get rid of this. I don't know what that's doing up there. Oh yeah, okay. That was my load in. Still trying to get used to trading on two different platforms, or not even platforms at this point. This is two instances of Sierra chart that I have now. But I'm still, trying to trade in two different accounts. Still trying to get used to that. Like I'll get focused on one and forget about the other one. Alright, so looks like we're trying to turn this into a pivot. See if we can take prices lower. I pretty much removed breakouts and takeouts from my, just not a fan of those at this, at this point. Those have not been working out as well as I have seen historically. So the only thing that I'm looking for is pullbacks. Just from me studying the market, those have been a little more dependable. See if we get back up to the power range low. And then this instance of Sierra chart is doing something weird. I don't know how to get rid of it. But it's showing me my orders on every single chart. I don't really want to do that. Like if I remove it now, tomorrow it's going to show back up there. That setting is going to be checked again. It only does it on this one. It doesn't do it on the Sierra chart that I have set up for Leeloo, which actually it is doing it over here also. I only want to see my orders on the chart that I'm trading on. Alright, so we're still just chopping around. Haven't really picked the direction yet. Alright, that last 3 minute bar was another bearish signal. So if it trades higher than that, if it breaks that high, I would definitely expect it to keep going higher. It's like it, may have tried to trap some traders that were trading a little too aggressive on that. Some shorts. Just waiting and letting the price come to my levels. Alright, so we did break the high. Seeing some resistance come in here. Pushing right through it. Just chopping our way higher. So we got a big range between the power range low and -1. What we've seen in this range, we have a lot of action that has taken place in the pre-market, as well as in the European session. So I'll be looking at trading the edges of this. I don't like to trade in this noise. We are, still got this battle going on. I would consider this a battle zone. Almost 950 now. Just thinking of the likelihood of me getting another trade. I am on a kind of a time crunch this morning, as usual for a Monday morning. I can't get myself in a trade too late. So normally I have a rule to where I don't take any trades after 10:15, just so that I make sure that I stay true to my trading time frame. I got a lot of other things that I'm working on. It's not just trading, but usually on Mondays we have, I have stuff that I have to do, and today is definitely no exception. Actually, got something on the calendar that's earlier than usual today, so I'm gonna have to move that time frame. I can't even wait to 10:15 is basically what I'm saying. I don't want to get in the trade too at the wrong time and then be holding a position when I'm, and I got to go do some other things. I can always come back and trade the afternoon, but I have, got my one trade today, so, and I'm green. There's no real reason to force anything. There's no reason to force anything ever, but definitely since I'm already green, I don't have to keep trading. The market really isn't giving me the kind of price action that I would like anyway, so the market is going to be open tomorrow and the day after that until we come to another holiday. Then once that holiday is over, then it's going to be open again. So we don't have to get all our trades in one day. That's the point that I'm making. It's is a marathon, not a sprint. So I know a lot of traders that will be positive for the day and they'll keep trading and then end up giving it everything back. And we gotta know what our cutoff times are. Like what makes it okay. So one of the things that I think that should be part of every trader's plan is what parameters or what can you look at that'll tell you that you're done for the day. That should be something that you have hard set and you should be okay with it no matter what it is. So if it's I want to take, if I get one positive trade today, then that's my only trade for the day, and then I'm going to trade again tomorrow. Or if I'm up X amount of dollars, then I'm done for the day. So mine is, if I'm trading 100 days, I mean, if I made $100 or more, then I got to be done for the day. And then also that I got to, be mindful of the time zone as well. I think I said time zone, I meant time frame. Making an attempt to push lower. That is a decent bearish setup after we chopped around. I would be looking for it to go no lower than our session low without seeing some pushback from that support. We have our -2 right here at 13,252 or 253, and then also in that area we have a key level from our balance level at 244.75. Looking at all these as ranges. So on the hindsight capital side of the game, we move these orders out the way. That's not going to happen anymore. Let's see. I don't want to mess this up. This chart zoomed in too much. I don't want to. This is where I take my pre-market snapshot or my snapshots from, because the way I got it set up, it shows me as much information as I need to see for those snapshots. So I don't want to change that. Let me just change over. Yeah, this is not gonna happen anymore. Sorry. So in hindsight, we could have took this. We see we got this resistance up here, looking at structure, and also the volume profile, looking at the volume, also at our one of our levels close to the VWAP, and it's a lot of indicators and reasons that we got this resistance up here. So seeing that, this did give us a good enough signal to take a takeout there on this bearish bar right here. and that we're back below. That'll put us back below the this balance level here at 316.5. So that's a little hindsight capital. I didn't put that in the journal. I may just leave that on the video. Made that a hindsight capital exclusive. I wasn't looking at that because, as I stated earlier, I'm not looking for any takeouts or breakouts. I'm only looking for pullbacks, and I've already traded this pullback, and I didn't have another area to get in on this pullback. To take that same pullback a second time. Didn't quite make it down to where I was looking at before we got a bounce from buying. As of right now, we do have a higher high, attempting to make a higher low. It's on a very short-term perspective. On a bigger perspective, that's to say, looking at the 30-minute chart, we're still looking bearish. If you zoom out even more than that, well, the big picture is bullish, but we are just running into this resistance up here. Where shorts are likely to come in and try to take things lower. That's why we got this little battle this morning. Gives us good opportunities to trade the range. If that's what our strategy is designed for. Range right now, let's see, 1340. A little over 70 points in this range that we're trading in now, so that gives us a lot of opportunity to do some very positive things for our P&L. We've been seeing this kind of price action the most lately, so if you definitely had a lot of good opportunities if you have a strategy that's designed to take advantage of ranges or trading within a range. Looking at see if we can keep prices dropping lower. still got some buying coming in. Just building our position here from the perspective of those that move the markets. Going to be watching, got my eye on that session low. We're chopping our way down to it. 263. Definitely expecting some buyers to be in this 260 to 240 range. We've been seeing buyers this whole time, like going against the sellers. If that's how we want to look at the market, as a competition between the buyers and the sellers. Getting our balance level. A little bit of momentum trading down into this in this range. See how well they hold the momentum. I'm not looking to take a trade at this point, just in the interest of time. But if I was, I'd be looking for a pullback into that, what was previous support. Even though I wouldn't be surprised for them to hold this range. So they look like, it's looking like they're, well, I'm not gonna speculate too much. So that would be an aggressive play to, take a short on that, on the previous support. Interesting to see how this 3-minute bar closes. See how they paint the picture. If they want to introduce some more short sellers in, or are we done with our building our position at this point. With all of this that we've seen since the open, I'm just looking at this as position building. The only question is, which direction are we building a position for? Take it back up to my most aggressive level. Trying to stop myself from speculating too much, but if we trade back below that 3-minute buying that we just saw come in, there will be an opportunity to run some stops. Tempted to take that short. Nope, I'm gonna stay true to what I just planned for myself to be done for it, which is in the morning session. Practice, work on my discipline muscle. Does look tempting to short. It was below 240. And again, as a reminder, these are not, I'm not calling out potential trades for you to take. I'm just, expressing what I'm seeing from the charts, in my opinion. Definitely do not recommend taking any trade actions from whatever that I'm saying. Just a quick little disclaimer. MV3 Trader is not a follow my trading platform. It's mostly for educational and entertainment purposes only. So we had a little peak below that level where I was getting enticed to take a short, and it looks like they've trapped those with the same idea as me, which is why I say do not follow anything that I say. I'm just speaking on what I see. Even if I say I'm looking at something, that doesn't mean that I'm going to take it. I'm just, interacting with what I'm seeing on the charts. But this is why I mentioned earlier why I'm not that interested in breakouts, because this is what we've been seeing lately from breakouts. We've been seeing a lot of failed breakouts. Now, what it could do, we can, have that flash down there, then it could trade back higher before actually following through on that attempt to break lower. And that's important because let's say that you did take that trade. Let's say you did take a short there, and then you had your stop, let's say up here, above the high of where you took that position. Now it's important to know that they could chop around before taking it lower, because if you just look at that and it doesn't work out right away, and then you just immediately, take a loss there, which technically in and of itself is not a bad thing, just depending on what your strategy is and what your goals are. But knowing that it doesn't have to work out right away, that it could break lower, pull back into your let's just call it your negative zone or your red zone, or it could pull back before it actually takes off in your favor. We don't have to, we can hold it, maintain our whatever, risk that we set on that trade, and then let it just play out. So you could have took the breakdown there and then have your stop loss up here. That way you're wrong. Or have your stop loss up here where you're wrong based off of whatever you see. And then, just let the price action take care of itself. I know a lot of trade. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with quickly taking a loss. That can definitely be beneficial, especially if you're trading in a small account. But at the same time, you can kind of, a lot of small losses as well as a lot of small wins add up over time. So you could kind of kill yourself 5,000 cuts if you just, don't give the trades or the position enough room to breathe. There are a lot of narratives out there that are not necessarily true. It's pretty much what sparked that idea. So we're officially at the end of my trading window, and I'm definitely not going to take any more trades today. And in the interest of time, can't do it if I wanted to, so I'm gonna go ahead and close the shop up for the day. Hope y'all have a good rest of the day, and I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Trade it easy.